some party favors, and the mountains on the party favors weren't blue yet, so he had to wait for them to turn blue before he showed up. We'll just go with that.
Let's not.
Well, now that we got all the players where they are supposed to be, we have 7 cars, 6 laps the distance. Of course, everybody will transfer. Green flag is out, and we are racing, and immediately they're trying to push it 4 wide, as it's going to be Big Sid Mosier.
They are 4 wide for a split second, PJ.
Big Sid Mosier with the early advantage. The T69, Jeff Thomas in second, but he has a lot of company, as on the high side of him is Lucas Phillips. Here comes Jason Ward. What a crossover move for Ward, as he has now worked his way into second, as he does a perfect slide job in front of Thomas. Now he is going to put his crosshairs right on the back of that 27 of Big Sid Mosier.
41 at Jason Ward as Thomas pushes through turns 3 and 4. Going to get shuffled back now 3 wide with Taylor and Harris for a split second. As it is Big Sid Mosier still with the race lead. Jason Ward in second. Lucas Phillips coming under attack from the 49er. Ryan Harris side by side through turns 3 and 4. Crossover move for Jason Ward. Race lead and new race leader at the stripe.
By a fender. Literally, that's all it was. He got the lead. Now he gets ahead of Big Sid Mosier. Mosier tries to crossover move. Coming out of 2. Not going to happen. I'll tell you, he's picking right up where he left off last week. Jason Ward. 2 laps to go in that borrowed car as he leads over Big Sid Mosier.
Yeah, but look at right behind them, though, PJ. Ryan Harris, that 49 car. He is on a mission to get to the back bumper. He has the 27 car now taking a peek to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Nothing doing. Taylor up on the top shelf for 3 and 4 for that 4th place spot. Phillips hanging on to 5 as we got the white flag coming out one more time around for the 41 and Jason Ward.
Jason Ward has already taken off, but the Homer Hustler, he is trying to get underneath the 27 of Mosier for that 2nd place spot. Meanwhile, Greg Taylor going to the high side. It's going to be Ward with the win. Greg Taylor comes from 4th to 2nd in the last set of corners. Takes 2nd. Big Sid Mosier 3rd. The Homer Hustler, the 49 of Ryan Harris in 4th. And the 90 of Lucas Phillips in 5th. Folks, this is why I say it every time. I love all kinds of racing, but my favorite's always been these IMCA stock cars presented by J&J Fittings, because of that right there. The trophy dash later. Right now, real quick, let's take a look at your second and final heat race in your J&J Fittings stock cars. On the pole, that's the 13K, the Brewman, Carl Brewer, to the outside, the 94 of Todd Giroux.
And to the inside of row 2, the 13 car, Glenn Jones, to the outside, the 2 of Bo Lundquist.
Your third and final row is going to see your defending track champ, the 30 of Travis Barker, and the 49X of, get this, Chris Abelson. Running stock car tonight. That is old Sioux City excitement. As the green is out, they're coming through 1 and 2. It is going to be the Brewman, Carl Brewer, with the early advantage. Giroux trying to battle back to the high side. Speaking of high side, here comes Sioux City excitement as he's going to push it 4 wide on the high side. Thought better of it, but wow. Abelson already starting.
49X car trying to make a move is Todd Giroux, though, to the outside of the 13B of Carl Brewer, or 13K, excuse me, of Carl Brewer. Todd Giroux coming off a win Friday night at the Wagner Speedway, as he will have the race lead. Now Brewer shuffled back to second. 3 wide, though, between Barker, Jones, and Abelson through turns 1 and 2. Carl Brewer still on the attack, but here comes Bo Lundquist in the 2B.
And right behind Bo Lundquist is old Sioux City excitement. Chris Abelson he is going to find himself going around Barker for that 4th place spot. Oh, Giroux, now the meat and the sandwich as he has Brewer on the inside. Wait a minute, Lundquist thought better of trying to go to the high side 3 wide. He's going to go right behind the 94 of Giroux. And now look at this, Abelson to the low side as he is now going to go after the 13K of Brewer.
Abelson using every inch of this racetrack to try to get that 49X to the front. Brewer slid it through turns 1 and 2. Now advantage off turn 2 for the 13K. But here comes Giroux back on the top side. Lundquist is going to carry him through 3 and 4, 2. Here is Abelson once again. Barker into the mix now. White flag out one more time around for the 94 car.
Is it going to be Giroux or is it going to be Brewer either, or could it be even Lundquist as they are battling up? Now here comes Barker. Barker drives it down the hill. He is side by side with Lundquist as it's now 3 wide. Giroux, Lundquist, and Barker as they come out. It's going to be Carl Brewer. Brewer's going to win. Way too close for 2nd and 3rd between Giroux and Lundquist. I'm going to wait and see what Deb says about who finished where there. But we do know for a fact that Travis Barker did finish 4th. And Chris Abelson, Sioux City Excitement, finished 5th. So once again, just not sure who finished second and who finished third. We'll get that to you in just a moment.
This is why they call it the Class 2 Tough to Tame, PJ. That is why. Great close door-to-door racing without touching, I should say, here in your IMCA Stock Car class. But meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, on Vanderveen Flooring Night, it is now time for your Stock Car A feature event. The track is set and these drivers are game. This is the Class 2 Tough to Tame, your J&J Fittings IMCA Stock Cars.
Hoorah! Got to get Jimmy's hoorah in there just once. So once again, 962-123, 962-120, 962-203, 962-293. Come on up, get your shirts.
As we are set to go green, this time by off turn number 4. It is Carl Brewer and Lucas Phillips leads him. Green flag is out and we are underway.
It is going to be leading him down to 1 and 2. Carl Brewer up on the 3-wheel motion, as looks like Todd Giroux is going to be sitting there in second. Big Sid Mosier in third, but he is under attack from the 41 of Jason Ward. Ward now sitting in third, side by side for third as it is. But right now it is Carl Brewer with the lead.
Carl Brewer 3-wheeling off turn number 2. Todd Giroux coming off feature win Friday night at the Wagner Speedway finds himself in second. Sid Mosier on the top shelf. Jason Ward trying to do a three-peat here tonight. 041 car takes over that third place spot as we got Greg Taylor and Ryan Harris battling it out for that top 5 spot.
Oh, little shot in the shorts from Mosier to Ward with love as Ward slides up in front of Big Sid to take over that third place spot. Now he's got his sights set on that 94 Giroux for second. But here comes Ryan Harris. Ryan Harris now checking into the battle.
Harris checking in indeed. Now to the inside of Jason Ward off turn number 2. Cannot get the run that he needs. Mosier shuffled backward and side by side with Greg Taylor. Up front though, Todd Giroux might have caught the 13K of the Brewman, Carl Brewer. As Brewer just still a 3-wheel in that 13K machine down the front stretch. Through turns 1 and 2, leave the left front at home.
Oh, and we got them stacked up. Looks like Lucas Phillips, Jason Ward involved as well.
Oh, no.
Looks like they are the only two. But, yeah, unfortunately, Jason Ward, the winner of the last 2 weeks, involved along with the 90 of Lucas Phillips. Not sure exactly what happened. You know, this is the first time I'm actually paying attention to the new placement of the speed shot, and wow.
That's a nice angle, isn't it?
That is a very nice angle. The problem is I think it's just as exposed as it was opening night when it fell off the pole.
I still don't know how they got that to work from so far away, though.
For those here at the new Raceway Park, fueled by Total Motors of Lamar's, normally there is a stationary camera stationed right at the entrance of turn number 1 that, of course, Advantage Racing TV uses to help them out. They actually moved it to the exit of 2 along the wall, and we see right from that speed shot that, unfortunately, Jason Ward lost it on his own, got sideways. Lucas Phillips spun to avoid. Surprisingly, looks like not a whole lot of contact.
Yeah, coming into the corner here, and Greg Taylor there as well. Just a little bit of a bump, but not much. And Lucas Phillips spinning to avoid contact and was just collected, unfortunately. But right in front of them, PJ, is a car they're going to try to run down the 13K of Carl Brewer, who is just absolutely dominating this feature as of right now.
Absolutely.
And 3-wheeling as we come back to green.
Jesse drops the green. We are back to racing. It's going to be Carl Brewer leading him down into 1, still side by side. Is right now, as they come through 2, Giroux going to dispense. Oh, here comes Barker. Barker splits the difference between Harris and Taylor as Giroux, he is going to take advantage of a little bit of a bobble from Brewer. New leader, Todd Giroux, as they're leaning on each other down the front stretch.
As it is Todd Giroux looking to the outside as Barker comes in, says, hey, I want to play as well in that 30 car. Carl Brewer shuffled back to second, hits the high side, blocking Ryan Harris's advance. That's Todd Giroux with another lap lead.
It is Travis Barker from 8th up to 3rd right now as he is Oh, he might be losing third or second. Well, no, he's trying to go for second. Three-way battle for second between Brewer, between Harris, and Barker. All this happening right behind Todd Giroux, with Giroux still leading.
Well, look at the 49 car of Harris as Brewer hits the high side. Harris is starting to gain on the 94 in turns 3 and 4, though, as Barker hits the high side, cuts down the hill. Harris had a run there off of turn number 4, coming to the inside. You see the brakes sparking off the 94 Giroux. Look at Ryan Harris cut to the inside.
I'll tell you, someone else is working their way through the field right now. That is Sioux City Excitement, Chris Abelson, as he is starting to work his way up, trying to get to the outside of the 2B of Lundquist right now.
Travis Barker in the mix as well now in the 30 car. As the caution flag comes out, car around to the bottom of turn number 2. That is Jeff Thomas in the 69 car.
We are going to drop the green this time by. 9 more laps to go. Green flag is out. And look at this. Harris to the inside of Giroux as they lean on each other down into 1. Giroux going to end up taking the spot back, but here comes Barker. Barker to the outside for second. Now he's going to try and get around Giroux. Giroux going to slide up. That means Barker's going to be able to go from the high line to the low line. 3 wide. They are rubbing and beating on each other all the way down, and Barker goes around. Barker goes around. You almost had to see, and now problems for Ryan Harris too. Harris slow off the backstretch. Big Sid Mosier checks back into the top 5. And looks like Bo Lundquist now sitting in 5th. Right behind them, Sioux City Excitement, Chris Abelson, and Tom McKenzie. We're back to green with 8 laps to go.
That we are, as Todd Giroux leads them through turns 1 and 2. Greg Taylor looking to the inside off of turn number 2. Carl Brewer, as Sid Mosier running 4th now. Greg Taylor with a great run. He'll retain 2nd at the flag stand.
It is still Giroux with the lead. Greg Taylor in 2nd. Carl Brewer still battling with Taylor, trying to retain that 2nd place spot. Not going to do it, as Taylor is going to take over 2nd. Meanwhile, here comes Sioux City Excitement. Chris Abelson diving to the inside of Big Sid Mosier. That is going to be for 4th and 5th. He comes out of nowhere. Oh, contact. Brewer and Taylor. Everybody's going to stay clean and green, but now Sioux City Excitement. Chris Abelson checking himself into the battle.
That he does, as we got him 3 deep now off turn number 4 for 2nd. Taylor hangs on to it. 5 laps to go, this time by the flag stand. Giroux, Taylor, Abelson, Brewer, and Mosier, your top 5.
As they come out of turn number 4 once again, Todd Giroux, a little bit of a bobble. That's going to allow Taylor to catch right back up to him as they head down the front stretch into turn 1 and 2. Oh, Chris Abelson a little bit too sideways. Got a little bit of a tag by Carl Brewer. Brewer able to get on the high side, but once again, it's going to be Abelson to the low side, trying to hold off the advance.
As Giroux still with the race lead. Oh, Sid Mosier into the outside wall in turns 1 and 2. Big hit for the 27 car, but he gathers it back up as we are coming with 2 laps to go.
While that was going on, there was a sizable hip check into the boards from Abelson to Brewer to get that third place spot. And now check it out, Barker trying to get by Brewer. That is for 4th. It's going to be Todd Giroux seeing the white flag. 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go for the 94 car. Greg Taylor trying to find some room to run him down off turn number 2. One last effort for the 55 JR. Here goes topside, tries to point it down the hill. Will not be enough. Todd Giroux picking up win number 2 on the week.
Todd Giroux will win. Greg Taylor will be 2nd. Sioux City Excitement, Chris Abelson 3rd. The 13K of Brewer 4th. And Travis Barker rounds out the top 5. Oh, my.
Well, Raceway Park, what do you think of that stock car feature, huh? I'll tell you what, that was a dandy, and coming out on top. This young man paid me a visit a couple weeks ago down there at Off-Road Speedway. He's got the win here tonight. Give it up to Todd Giroux! Todd, I tell you, Ryan Harris, Greg Taylor, Travis Barker, and you said, oh, no, just stay behind me. I'm going to win.
I didn't deserve that one. I didn't have the car to win, but I just happened to be at the right place.
And who all helps you out on the car?
The wife puts up with me a lot from being in the garage, but I got a couple buddies that come out, and my teammate Harris, he helps me out quite a bit, and Jeff.
So that's big, isn't it? Another win for you.
And Greg Taylor helps me.
And by the way, 2 for the weekend because you got the win Friday night at Wagner.
Yep, I did.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up, Todd Giroux!